I'm Claire from Created the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you spending some crafty time with me. This is what we're going to make this week. This is my weekly craft along video. I'm filming it late at night so that it's quite dark here. Hopefully you can see the lighting. It is a box, but it's a flip top box. So there's lots of ways you can make this your own. This is my first go at making it. It's like a proper sized box. You could put something really nicely inside it, but it looks like it's got a flip top. It looks like it's sort of a triangle shaped box, if you can see that. I've made this with the new beige colour that is coming out with Stampin' Up very soon, and I've also used some really beautiful dies that are exclusively available online, which I'll talk you through in a minute. How could you make this your own? So you can make this box. It actually is made in two parts. So the one I'm going to show you in a minute, we're going to use some of the new in colours, but I'm going to do the base part here, the box part here, a different colour to the lid. So I'm hoping that that will give it another added dimension. You could also just decorate the lid. So there's triangle panel here and here, and this bit with some designer series paper, and that will give it another different look as well. I'm not sure if we'll have time to do that today because I like to keep the videos roughly about half an hour. That's probably about as long as you can cope with standing and watching me. So grab a cuppa and we can go through it. Let's craft together. So there's a new catalogue coming. Ta-da! Very excited about it. I did think it was a camping brochure. It does look very camp-like, doesn't it? Like they're all outdoors enjoying just a lovely evening in the summer sun. But they're actually crafting, and what a good idea that is, to craft together outside in the warmth of the sun. So I cannot show you inside, but I can show you some of the new goodies. So there's some new in colours. I'm not going to spend too much time on these because this is not what that video is about. We are going to be using one of the new sets, Unbounded Love. It's got some really lovely sentiments there. I'll just leave them there for you to look. We are going to be using this, which is one of my favourites already, Unbounded Love dies. There's stitching, there's little dots going on, there's layering going on, there's a bit of leaves going on. I'm really excited about this. Already, I think I've used it every day in my makes. So that's Unbounded Love. And then if I was going to do the paper on the top of the box, I would coordinate it, because Stampin' Up is so good at coordinating, with some of the new in colour paper, which is like that one side, and then you flip it over and it's dots and stripes on the other. So we may or may not get round to that, and I think that's it. I think I'm going to go with Pretty and Pink as the colour that I'm going to use today, so I've got that ink ready as well. But more importantly, let's get on with the crafting. So you don't really need very much at all for this box. I've called it a flip top box. I don't know, what else could you call it? It is a flip top box. You need two pieces of card. Now remember, if you're going to do these in different colours, that's one and that's two. So I'm going to cut them from one A4 sheet, both, just to show you that you can get them both from one A4 sheet. And then I'm going to swap one of my pieces for a different colour. It'll all become self-explanatory as we do it. So take a screenshot of those sizes. They are in centimetres, and then we can craft together. So like I said, I am going to use the Pretty in Pink colour. So Stampin' Up do a whole set of in colour cards. So if you don't want loads of the same colour, this is a good buy. You get, I think it's four of each colour, so 4 of 5 colours. You can see them here. Just spread them out a bit so you can see them. That's it. So you can see there's 2 sort of green colours, 2 pinky colours and an orange. We're going to go with this lighter pink, I think. Just because I think it gives a bit more of a delicate look on this box. because it's not a massive box, but it's deceiving because you can get quite a lot in there. What can I do to show you the size? So that's the box. Let me show you the Tombow glue. So Tombow glue in relation to it, and it's quite roomy inside. So can you see it doesn't fit a Tombow glue because of the lid, but it's quite big. You can get quite a lot in there. So it's quite a nice box, good for party favours, wedding favours, just as a gift to say thank you to somebody. I love a thank you gift and a thank you card, don't you? Okay, the sizes. So 2 pieces card is what we need. We're going to get them both on one A4 sheet. The first piece we're going to concentrate on is the bigger piece, as in it's a big square. So you need 18 centimetres by 18 centimetres. Now I need to open out the arm on my trimmer just by sliding that open there. And I'm looking for the 18 centimetres along my top scoring line here. And then I'm just going to use the whole A4 sheet. So put that to one side for a moment. Turn it round so you're going to get an 18 centimetre square. Okay, so that's your 18 centimetre square, and the only bit that's left is that bit, which you may or may not use in a minute. So should we concentrate on this square first, because I feel like that's the easiest bit to do. So for this square we're going to do the score lines. Now I'm going to put that back in because we won't need that arm and you'll be able to see much better. So you need to do 2 score lines. So one is at 6.5 centimetres. Now make sure that cutting blade is out the way and just score. So 6.5 centimetres and then 11.5 centimetres. Easy peasy, okay? So you've got 2 score lines. Then we're going to rotate the square to the next side and we're going to do exactly the same. So 6.5, just try and see so you can see it all. 6.5 score and then 11.5 score. And that is your first bit of card ready for its cutting. So you should have sort of some squares on it. Should have 9 squares there. These 3 are one size, these 3 are one size, and then the middle ones are a lot smaller. So you can just burnish those if you want. You can fold it over with your hands just so you can see your squares like that. Hopefully you can see that on the pink. You can see all the squares are there. Okay. Now what do you do with this bit? Bring this bit back in, and we need it to be 9 centimetres by 21. So 9 centimetres is there. So we're going to cut off on the shorter side at 9 centimetres. And again, you've got just one little bit there. And then open your arm out to get the 21 centimetres. Now, it really should already be 21 because that's the size of the A4 sheet. And it is. So while you're there with that long bit there, the long bit at the top, we're going to score. So remember, get that cutting blade out of the way and you're going to do some score lines on the long side. 1 at 5, 1 at 10, 1 at 15, and then the last one at 20. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Turn it round so the shorter end is at the top where you're going to measure, and this time you're going to do a score line at 6.5. So no tricky measurements, really simple make. Okay, so we're going to bring that. So you've got a square and you've got a rectangle. Okay, I think, shall we do the bottom bit of the box white and the top bit in the pink? So I'm going to show you how to prepare it on here. So what you are going to do is let's fold that so you can see. So where that score line is, you're going to cut up from this edge to the first score line. Now it's easy to do it using the sizes you already know. So I'm putting my paper back in there. You can just do it with scissors if you're happy with doing that, but I'm going to use my cutting blade to do my cutting line. So I've put it at 5 centimetres and I'm just slicing up to that first score line. So just there, and you can see it's made a tab. Then there's another one at 10. So I'm going to do the same there, cutting up at 10 centimetres. And that's my second one. Then 15. I'm going to do the same. And then the other one was 20, wasn't it? So let's bring that back out. So this one is 20. Okay, let's move this out the way for a minute so you can see. So I've got 4 tabs on my box and I've got this piece here, okay? So it's got a score line there. What I'm going to do is cut that off at an angle there. Okay, so that's the bit I've cut off, and that's all you cut off on this box, on the bottom of this box. That's it. So now you just turn this into a box. So we're just going to burnish all those score lines and just turn it into a nice crisp box. Okay, now you can do this if you've got a bone folder, which is one of these things. Just make sure you get nice crisp edges, and then do the bottom of the box as well, just like so. This is really a really nice pink. Okay, so now you just make your box. So the easiest way to do that is fold in one side, get your Tombow glue and put it on your tab there. Now don't go over the top with the Tombow glue because otherwise it will spill out everywhere. If you keep it pointed down and squeeze, you have more control over where it is. Okay, then this one comes over and you just make sure that that's all lined up. Give it a couple of seconds to just stick, and then fold it the other way and just reaffirm your box on those sides. And that just gives you a nice square box. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put these bottom pieces in and those pieces. Now this is the bit you want to pay attention of where this join is, because this join here, the bit there that you can see, I want to be at the back of my box. Okay, so what I want to do is make sure that the sides go in first and then this goes down like that, so that when you're looking at your box, it hasn't got this. I'll show you. If you do it that way round, when you're looking at your box, you can see the join. So you put the side bits in and then those bits. So there's my join of my box, and this bit is going over. Now all I do with that is put some glue on these 2 tabs. Okay, so that's going there. And I'm going to do this one at the same time because it's just as easy. Just put some glue like that, fold that over, fold it over, and then what I'm going to do is stand my box up and put something in it to press down, because I'll never get my fingers in that deep. Okay, and that just gives your box a nice square shape, and you can just look down around the sides and just make sure it's all square. So that's the bottom of my box done. Now what was the other bit that was left was this triangle shape. Now to make it the same as this one, all one colour, I would do this piece of card, but I'm going to do mine white. I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just going to get this one ready for how it needs to be cut. So let me just move this out of the way because it's in my way. So this is going to end up looking like this, which is a bit like an aeroplane tail, isn't it? Don't worry, I'm going to do it with you step by step, okay? So I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in and we're aiming for this shape. So we put it on your trimmer, and what you need is the narrower 5 centimetre panel here. Okay, so you've got 6.5 and 6.5, but 5 is in the middle. And then yes, you've already scored it, so you're just cutting now. So this first score line here, this square, you're just going to cut up from here to here. So again, you could do this with your scissors. I'm going to do it with my paper trimmer because I know it's 6.5. So you should end up with that piece, okay? Just like that. And then the next one is 11.5, and it will cut this one. So cut up. So I've now got 3 tabs on here, okay? Now I'm going to turn it sideways so that the 3 tabs are now there, and I'm going to cut here and here, but I'm going to leave this middle one alone. Now I need 2.5 centimetres on here, and I've found the easiest thing to do is, you see this bit on your trimmer, so it's just about 1 inch, but it's actually this shape here. There's like part of your paper trimmer there. If you line up your score line with that, but you can't see, can you? How ridiculous am I? I didn't even check. So this bit on your paper trimmer, okay, because what you're trying to do is cut it off at 2.5 centimetres. So I'm lining up that bit of my paper trimmer with my score line, and I'm going to cut from here to the first line because I know that that is 2.5. And what happens is you can almost feel when it gets to the bit that it needs to be, or you could just do it with scissors. Is that it? Yeah. So that comes off like that, okay? Now keep it in the same place, but this time do the bottom one and go up. Okay? So you end up like that. So you've cut those 2 pieces off. So one there and one there. Save those because you're going to need them to make your frames in a minute. So if you turn that back round, we've now got that piece. Now what we're going to do is do the bottom bit. We're going to concentrate on this bit. So again, we're going to cut up from the bottom to this first score line, and we know that that is 6.5. Actually, let's turn that round so we can do it, because otherwise you're not going to be able to see, are you? So we know it's 6.5 because that's where the score line is. Just check, and you're just going from this point here upwards. Okay, so that's a tab like that, and then this is 11.5. Oh, I feel like we need to stop and take a breath. It's not supposed to be this stressful, is it? It's because I'm trying to think ahead of what I need. Okay, so let's have a look at that. Let's move this out of the way because we're not going to need that anymore. So far we've got this angle. We've got these 2 tabs here, okay, that are going down. You've got this side, and then you've got 3 pieces here that are sort of tabs. And what we're going to do, if I bring this back over, we're going to cut from this point to this point. So where that bit bends there, you're going to go from there to there. Okay, so I'm just going to turn that sideways so I can do it. And you can do this however you want. You can score it first, or you can just be brave like me and just cut. It's just card. Nothing's going to go wrong. So that's the shape that you're aiming for. So now I'm going to do it this side. Oh, I need some chocolate. The wave of stress. Okay, so end up with those 2 bits you don't need. Let's have a look, see if we've got it right. Ta-da! Look at that. Okay, so I've got my pink bottom and my pink top, but what I want is a white top. So that's going to come over here, and then I'm going to have a pink top and a white bottom. Okay, so do I want a pink top or a white bottom? I don't know. Let's do both, see if we've got enough time. So this one's got all its score lines. Let's burnish all those scores. So bend that over, bend that one over, then I'll show you how to put it together. Oh, Rose, you'll have to wait. Sorry, babe. Won't be long. Why is it? It's like a magnet, isn't it? As soon as you start filming or doing something, either the kids or the animals need sorting. So that's like that. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is put some glue on these tabs. So this one here and this one here. Can you see it looks like an aeroplane? It really does, doesn't it? Okay, and then what you're aiming for is to make a nice right angle on there. So you just want a nice edge on your box, just like that. And then do this side. Put that one in there, like so. Okay. Now, somehow mine's got a little bit of a lip on it, so I'm going to trim that off now because that's not what I wanted. And it's better to do it now than when it's on the box. Okay, so I've got that flap there and that half a triangle. Okay, so get your box. So this piece is at the back where it's joined, and this is going to go over like that and be stuck down at the back. Okay, or could you stick it inside if you just want a pink box inside? Ooh, let's have a look. Would it still work? Oh, you could stick it inside as well. That looks really cool. Should we try and do that? So you can either stick it inside or you can stick it on the outside. I don't know. I think I might stick it on the inside. Okay, let's try. This could go horribly wrong. I'm going to stick it on the inside, see if I can press it in place. So that goes in there. So I'm putting that inside. Rose, you really have to wait. Okay, so how am I going to press that in place? Just like so. You have to really, might have to use my bone folder. So that wasn't what I planned to do, but hey hey, crafting is playtime, isn't it? Just going to make sure that that goes right in the corners, like that. And then that is my triangle box. I really like that. Woo! Okay, there's that one. Now let's make this one up. Shall we see if we can be as clever with this one? So this one is going to have a white bottom. Sounds almost rude. This one's bottom is going to be white. Okay, so we're just going to put that round and round there. And then remember what we did? How did we put it together? Love a ta-da moment. So we put that over and we're going to put some glue on the tab. Okay, just like that. This side is going over here like so. Okay, so we're just making sure that's stuck. And then we're pushing it over that way just to make it stuck like so. Okay, and then I want the join at the back. These two bits go in, these two bits go over. Okay, like so. So make sure that's square, bring it round like so, and then flip it over and put something weighty in it, just so you can press down. So the bottom of your Tombow glue is just perfect for that. And then you've got your lovely box. And then this one, let's have a look at this one. We bring this over and we just make sure, oh thanks Rose, you just took the light away. Okay. Rosy posy, don't stand on the glue. Ah. suppose you're stopping the light. Come down. Thank you. I'll be there 2 more minutes. I got a bit excited because the box went different to how I thought it was going to go. Okay, so they're the inside. Just put those tabs on the inside. So you've got your half triangle and your flap. This time we're going to stick it down the back just to compare. So that goes over. That bit is like that. Oh, look at that. That looks nice though as well. So let's put some glue on here. And then we can decide which one we like the best. And then I'm going to love you and leave you and go off and decorate these. And show you on Instagram and Facebook. Okay, ta-da! So I've got one, it goes over and it's like that. I've got one that it really does look like a triangle, but it flips up like so. And then we've got this one which is all one colour, like that. Okay, and how did I decorate it? So I have got some dies from the Encircled in Nature set. So there's loads of beautiful dies. They're available only online, but they're reefs and trees and this beautiful acorn leaf, which as I'm Created the Ottaway and I'm mad about trees, my logo is an oak leaf and an acorn. So that's what I've used on there. I've actually used 2 on there and just layered them. And then I've used a couple of the dies from this set, which was the Unbounded Love dies. And basically I've used one as my background. So I've used one of those. It's actually a different one. I've die cut the wrong one. It's that one that I've used. But that's okay, because we can do some layering still. So that one is going to go there. Then I've put my leaf on. Then I've put one like that, just at an angle. And I've just stuck these on with Tombow glue. And then I've put another leaf. Let's see if I can get another one out quickly. Can you see how many I've got? Absolutely love this oak leaf die. Look at the detail on that. And that's just watercolour cards. So I just literally got a piece of paper, watercolour paper, just put loads of different greens on, left it to dry. And then when you die cut, you get all those different shades. So that one's going to go on there. And then I've stamped the little love that's in the Unbounded Love set there, just that little love there, on there, and then just stuck that on with a dimensional. And that's what we have. A ta-da moment. Ta-da! Okay, so 3 different boxes, exactly the same way of making it, just put it together slightly different. I'm going to actually put some designer series paper on one just to see what that looks like, and this one I'm just going to decorate another way. So if you'd like to see how they end up, follow me on Instagram or on Facebook and come and say hello. Thanks for watching. Happy crafting.